All right, so this is very interesting. Let's speak a little bit about this comp, you know? Like, Team Liquid comp. Sova. Tier S. KO. Tier S. Viper. Tier S. Chamber. Tier S. Like, 4 of those is absolutely insanely meta. You guys remember when Chamber got released and I said, like, there's no way that people will play, that top tier teams will play Cypher anymore on Breeze? They will just always play Chamber instead? Like, Chamber is just so much stronger on Breeze. It's mental. It's absolutely mental. And now, Scream on Sky, even not Reyna. You know why? Because Reyna is fucking useless. And Sky is very good. But Jett, dude, not playing Jett. The only reason why Team Liquid is not playing Jett here is because Scream is not good at Jett. That's literally the only reason. And they know that Reyna sucks so much that they will play anything else, which is correct, by the way, over Reyna. Right? But the problem is they play a Sky instead of a Jett. And Jett, even though she's not as impactful on dashing on sites, like it's not needed to have like a Jett that dashes on site on this map, because the map is completely built different. So it has different premise than Ascent, has different premise than Bind, different premise than Split and Fracture, you know? You don't have to play Jett, but Jett is so broken that you have to play Jett because of that. And the problem of Team Liquid is Scream can't play Jett. And that's a big problem, you know? Yumpy should play Jett and Scream Chamber, but the thing is, Scream has completely different playstyle that doesn't fit Chamber at all. Like, there's no way. Hey, Zyko. I will watch this match and we can play some games after this if you want.
Incredibly aggressive, so I'm curious to see how this works because I've watched FBX try Zero Julius.
Scream doesn't OP? No, he does play Operator, but it's just his way of movement. He just doesn't want to be restricted, and playing Chamber restricts you a lot. Scream as KO way better, dude. There's no. If he didn't upgrade his playstyle as KO since he played it on Split, I say this with no hate. Scream was the worst player on KO I have ever witnessed. Hello, Milsha.
And then they don't really win.
Yeah, and we've all had the conversation many times. But
So, standard wall on A from Viper. Chamber plays B with 2 traps. Yumpy plays Ghost again. So, on defense, I can understand why they play traps instead of playing Headhunter, and I can definitely agree with that because you need a lot more utility on pistol rounds, and the Headhunter doesn't give you that much impact. But on attack, Headhunter is definitely more useful, specific on Icebox, but yeah.
Any different people involved in teams, you hear it again and again that Sky's not a duelist anymore. We're not expecting to see the same level out of Scream on this agent, but the fact that he's picking it, the fact that...
See, that, like, I'm saying that dashing on site is not really that needed on this map, but it's still useful. Dashing on site here, just look at Defo. Just look at Defo here.
See the same level out of...
They go through the smoke, they flash through a smoke, and Defo, look at the minimap right now. Defo dashes in to the smoke that was cleared by the Sky here, right? This is the affected area of the Sky flash. He checks the right corner while dashing, right? And I say this is not as important as an Ascent, an example. but it is important, right? But you don't need that, but you have this. And Liquid doesn't have this. If I play Breeze without a Jett on my opponent's team, I can play different angles, and I don't have to worry about verticality. Like, it's not playing Jett, even when you don't dash on site, makes you play so different. It's absolutely nuts.
On this agent, but the fact that he's picking it, the fact that, like, I'm excited. Whatever he has got to offer us here. First for us, and as you can see here, the plant's already come down. Gambit with a typical B take. They pop down their wall. They go over to the site. Now
I'm using Epic Paint Dungeon Skin.
And the problem here, really, though, is that Team Liquid.
Don't you think that pro players should be able to know how to play almost every single agent? Is the aim of pro players more important than agent knowledge? I do think that you don't need to know how to play every agent efficiently, but you should be able to play as a pro team player, like specifically also on the tier S in your region. You should be able to play minimum 3 agents on the highest level.
Still have a lot of utility when they come back in. In particular, those flashes can do a lot for getting them through the Viper walls.
Yeah, they've set up for the retake, a full retake strategy, and there's still a flank coming in as well that could just catch that late lurk player off guard. It did. Yumpy's already managed to take down his...
That was a nice flash, though, to get a little bit of space, though.
On the way back into this site, it's left all onto one man, and
good retake. Good retake. It's a 5-man retake.
Strategy.
The Viper walls.
Yeah, they've set up for the retake, a full retake strategy, and there's still a flank coming in as well that could...
Actually, it's not a good flash. It's way too late. Or the players, like, I don't know, it's way too early, or the players are not, or the players are late. It's either of that. You can't know because you don't sit in the comms. But it's mismanaged because of the timing. Look, Defo just holds this. So if Defo gets the first kill on Link, they're fucked.
Could just catch that late lurk player off guard. It did. Yumpy's already managed to take down his counterpart of Chronicle, and they're winning every single fight on the way back into this site. It's left all onto one man, and this time Nats is not going to be the hero. Solid stuff from Liquid on that pistol retake. Sure, a plant goes down. Sure, they lose a couple of kills, but...
I mean, in general, guys,
a successful pistol round. Nivera in particular,
the thing is that in Valorant, you expect the game to be ever-changing. This is not CSGO. This is not something that, you know, in CS, you not have a lot of adaptation when you compare it to Valorant. Of course, there's some, you know, I'm not saying that, oh, Valorant, like CS is just so stale, you don't need to learn anything over the time. You do. But there's so much less stuff that you need to learn than in Valorant. And in Valorant, you're expected to be flexible because every 2 months, you should be getting a new agent, and you might actually have to play that agent. So you need to keep yourself in the loop. You need to practice new agents. You need to actually play those agents a lot to be comfortable on them, you know?
Career. And the 1-0 here on Breeze is exactly what you wanted. Now, I believe this is Liquid's map pick, obviously, but it's not...
I mean, let's also be real. If the next patch in the next act will nerf Jett to the ground, then Team Liquid getting buffed. Which is funny. But who knows if that will actually happen.
Grand finals of champions. You know, 13-11.
I think Team Liquid is just waiting for the agent bans, then Scream will start shining. Oh yeah, that's a good strategy for the next, you know, when that happens, 2 years down the line, in year 4 of Valorant. Very nice.
I think it's a pretty bold call for Liquid to pick it. At the same time, they've got their new comp. They've clearly done their research, and maybe this was a map as well they didn't expect.
Oh, head down the drone! Minus 100.
Winning convincingly over the best teams in the world. Well,
I think Jett will get nerfed, at least in a big way. I see a lot of pro teams not using her anymore on some maps. Jett's broken. She needs to get nerfed. Like, 100% Jett gets a nerf. The question will be how big it is. You know?
It's an easy thing to do to look at Breeze and go, oh, 80% win rate. So they're pretty good, but you have to take the context of recent form.
Simply having to face the direction you're dashing? No, that's... It helps a little bit. But I don't think I don't think you should be able to change the direction you're looking at when you're dashing. I think that would be my first change to Jett. Like, if you don't want to over-nerf her.
Of the fact that Champs was so good, of the fact that when they were losing this map,
And maybe, some kind of, like, charge on the Jett dash. I don't know.
just come out. They were getting very.
I think, like, if I would be nerfing Jett, I would make her Jett dash, like, if you start dashing, you can't change your direction when you're looking at, so you're committing to one direction, you cannot side dash anymore. And the dash should have like a charge time, very, very short one, but it should have a charge time, like breach stun an example, so you charge it, but very fast, so you can't immediately escape after shooting an operator, but it doesn't change anything when it comes to dashing on site. Is this going on your VOD review channel? Yes, I will ask Kurosaki to upload it there.
Getting used to it, they're playing against.
Hello, Feline.
Very much used to playing against. There were a lot of variables in there that no longer exist. Gambit are comfortable, and they found the opening duel here on the link. A quick one for Chronicle.
I honestly do believe that we should have the rebuff on operator that we had before. Like, operator was way more useful before, but it got nerfed because of primarily of Jett. So if Jett gets nerfed, then our operator should be a little bit stronger than it is right now.
Retrieve himself a Spectre, biting out to the side as well. They'll have a really strong split with players still inside cave and mid.
Information has been garnered by Soulcast. Now,
that might make the chamber the only viable opper? No, because if the operator itself is getting buffed, then you can be a little bit more mobile with the operator.
So it's always going to be worth highlighting. Link as well, switching up agents for the.
You guys remember also the nerf, the accidental bug with the Jett dash? When she was dashing in, her weapon wasn't quick equipped, but it was normal equip time when she was dashing in, and everyone was like, "Pray Jesus, my friends, huge success! The bug is making her balanced a little bit more, you know?" And then Riot was like, "No, it's not a bug." Boop. And everyone was sad.
Time because it just seems to be his role within this team.
What the fuck is happening here?
Has managed to find another.
He's fucked.
Position might be able to delay the plant a little bit, or at least make it more awkward. Never mind though, he's been forced out of the corner by Nat and killed off by Chronicle, who now has 3 kills. Make it 4.
Dude, what?
Going into this round.
Chronicle is 6 out of 7 on round 2. What?
It's only Yumpy left.
God, unbelievable.
And everything because of the Soulcast, sorry, Link peak on Holtzman.
And I don't even necessarily want to put it down to Chronicle having that headhunter weapon, because I think with a sheriff in hand, he does a very similar job. It's just
operator round 3.
Here he'll have ace and ace as well. I mean, he has an operator for round 3 at 0 investment. That, well, we said he needs to deliver. I think.
How would you buff Neon's ult? Or the duelist ults either can kill you with one click, or you get some sort of invincibility. With Neon, you don't get either, so you're just super exposed if you don't combine with utilities. There's no reason to buff anything. She's type of a Jett's. Neon's design is she is a commitment agent. There's no going back. You just commit and you try to get 2 kills. That's it. That's her pedigree. You know?
Good choice. I respect it. Decent work. Love the coach. Oh god, it's short-lived for Liquid, and of course, like.
And I think her ult is actually pretty okay.
I feel like give more.
Like I think it's balanced.
But what we saw from the open qualifiers, a lot of it was still quite attack-sided, which is fine. I like the fact that there's more.
What are your thoughts on the Euro buffs? They look very strong, but I'm not gonna judge anything until we actually get them into the game, because when it comes to Euro, it's all about the actual timings you're able to pull off with the utility. So we don't know how they will feel in game, and I need to check that to actually have an opinion.
If they're still going to have that same sort of dynamic, or if they're going to opt now to play off of information, because they are a triple initiator right now, which that's not common.
Dude.
Oh, we've ended up with An opening onto Yampy. A mid-control attempt from Team Liquid, not yielding any results just yet. We're going to fall back and play towards this spawn a little bit more turtly. And with these pistols, play some crossfires, try to catch opponents off guard. You know, you got to go for those ratty setups.
I'll put it this way, right? Does have their own brand of favoritism. Just see how much they wanted other high-skilled sailing agents to be worthwhile by making it slightly OP. Think how aggressively they buff Viper, for example. They didn't buff it aggressively, man. Viper was getting buffed like 3 times before she actually went into like a range of, okay, she might be a little bit too strong. And then she got nerfed a little bit. You remember how shit Viper was before? I will give you an example. The first state of this agent was Viper, right? She was damaging with DK the teammates. You couldn't stand in the wall, in the ult and the orb as a teammate of Viper. The snake bite only did damage. Was not debuff, only damage. The fuel started at 0 at the beginning of the round. Viper ult got reworked? No, it's exactly the same. The first changes that they did was that she was starting with 50% of fuel at the beginning of the round. Then they added the debuff on snake bites, and then they added the 50 instant DK. Those are 3 separate buffs. 3 separate buffs became before she even remotely became like, okay, now she's very good.
You've seen the heads-up duels don't quite work out, and I don't think that's what we're like.
They really wanted her to be better than Brim and Omen. No, Morty, please stop talking bullshit. Brim and Omen have completely different purposes than Viper.
What we're looking for at all. I think they were just trying to poke down mid. Get themselves the.
Her orb and wall took 2 times fuel if used at the same time. No, that was never the case with Viper. It was always the same amount of fuel.
Or maybe early flank for a B crunch or early A flank, but I don't find anything. Very patient by Gambit too. They posture up, wait for some sort of aggression, wait for some duels, and eventually they say, let's just go away.
Yeah, got an incredibly.
Oh, look, Jett dashing
as well. So any battles that can be taken at range are just not going to really play that much of a factor, and they've actually planted deep as well, just to try and hold on to all of this control. Now, this is something that the container will definitely help them with, as Chronicle can now look to swing a little bit further. Bear in mind, he already has his ult online, so him getting kills at this point is almost just a flex.
Farming up, even when even when the supplies are full, he'll keep on going. Chronicle will close this one out nicely with.
Shouldn't we nerf other agents rather than buffing the weak agents? Feels overwhelming. It really depends on context. I honestly do believe that apart from Jett, the game feels very balanced. Like, small buffs on Omen and Brimstone are huge nerf on Jett, and we're actually looking at a very balanced game. You don't need to nerf Astra heavily if you're gonna see some buffs on Omen and Brimstone, right? That's the thing. You don't need to nerf her to the ground like Jett. You guys see. You guys see.
Rifles in hand, and more particularly the operator in the hands of Yumpy. I'm super.
Astra's breaking the game on high elo. You're always gonna have the same shit. You're always gonna have the same shit. Some agents will always be like, oh, this agent is breaking the game. If it wouldn't be Astra, everyone would be just talking bullshit against Jett. If Jett wouldn't be that agent, then someone else will be. There's always there's always gonna be stuff like that. You don't need to nerf Astra to the ground. You can nerf her a little bit. Maybe make her use her pull only once per game, once per round. But you don't need to nerf her to the ground. The thing is, you guys don't understand that the context actually applies to everything in the game. So when you game design, nerfing one agent has a butterfly effect on the other agents, even if they're not touched. Buffing other agents affects the agents that are not nerfed at the same time, or not pulled, or not changed, or not touched at all, you know?
excited to see this because this is a guy that I know for getting hyper aggressive.
There's like, I would expect the changes will be minimal to Astra, huge to Jett, buffs on Omen, Brimstone, and Phoenix, and that will balance out the game if done correctly.
Early round and dashing out. Now it's not as easy to escape. Obviously, he has to pre-plan it by placing down his anchor, and not only that, but it's not instant. You know, you can still very easily die, especially against some high-tier players like Gambit, who are going to headshot you instantly.
Yeah,
All right, that's like the first actual round of this game now, after the pistol round. Viper's still playing on A, one chamber trap on B, TP behind the wall, aggressive play towards elbow.
Like normal matchmaking games, you're probably all right to
Scream sees two player.
when the player on the other side, someone like Defo.
I think he spotted the operator on Defo, if I'm not mistaken. Yampi now plays an off angle because his...
in the face, so
Wait, he doesn't have a TP.
someone like Defo.
Yeah.
He has a TP now. What happens that he doesn't have a TP? Is he suppressed?
Yeah, that split second anymore. He's already shot you in the
They destroyed the TP. Oh my god. Where was the TP?
player on the other side, someone like Defo.
Yeah.
What? Look at the minimap. That is so bad. Look at the TP. Look, the TP is here, out in the open. So the players on mid just destroyed the TP when he's playing off angle and elbow. What?
Alright to escape. When the player on the other side, someone like Defo.
Yeah.
You don't get that split second anymore. He's
Okay, I don't know the outcome here. But if Yampi dies 1-for-1, that's literally because he played it badly with his TP.
already shot you in the face, so
Let's see.
you're seeing a very aggressive position from him though. Just waiting around the corner, the pot flash will force him off, but he isn't going to fade away just yet.
Okay, he was bailed out by Scream with that flash.
Scream can give him an angle. That's something I never thought I'd see. Scream's the one throwing the supportive flashes for Yumpy to try and get him into angles. It's weird. It doesn't feel right, but hey.
I mean, it's reminiscent
But
of his
Gambit gets the space that they lost in the beginning of the round. And I feel like and you know what's funny is that when you think about it, the bad TP placement from Yampi did cost them the only flash that Scream had. That is huge. That is 40 seconds that you lost unnecessarily, right? Scream could have had one flash for the actual execute, and now he doesn't have anything.
Showed us in Valorant, he has no ego. He didn't come into this game going,
Maybe he doesn't want the enemies in the elbow to hear that he had put down the TP, but they already heard that. He had to put it down after the... Like, guys, he put the TP here, in this spot. You put it here, so it's not visible from mid, and it acts exactly the same, but it's not destroyable from mid. Like, there's nothing to argue about here.
Jett, I will kill everyone, that's what I do. I will rain or whatever. He is absolutely willing to step down a little bit and play that supportive role for his teammates. That's how much faith he has in the players that he surrounded himself with. Team Liquid, 45 seconds left, and they're still anchored down on this defensive side. They're going to use their drone in through the halls, confirm that Tube is clear, and all the while Gambit.
That was Shadow's flash. Scream is now back with the one flash he had. They changed the weapons. Now Def was expected to dash in on site. He goes into the smoke. He checks the corner close. Look how different this is, this execute. Gambit slowly took pace from mid, right? They made sure that no one knows exactly what is happening in halls. This is why we have seen Solkas use the drone through halls. And now this wall here allows them to take space. Defo checks this angle while dashing in on sites so the teammates can just follow through B main. Sorry, B tunnel. And the lurker here, he has to wait till this is made. This team here needs to make pressure before the Sova is actually going anywhere. But let's see if the timing will be correct. And Redgar gets the good timing. That's very nice. See? Redgar gets the kill on Yampi because Yampi looks at B tunnel. And he's exposed fully to this angle. So interesting.
Well, Defo's just going to go running. Scream with the instant headshot. No surprises there, but there's a lot of targets still to find. And he's going to be able to get a second. At least making this one close. And Lee just goes swinging through.
It's 2v2, but the spike is out.
There's only 15 seconds left on the
Oof.
clock. If they can catch this player, there's a very good opportunity down to the 1 versus 1, and it's just going to be an open plant. Redguard just snapping it all the way through, but Soulcast will eventually swing and close it out.
Solid interruption to close.
That was just... The execute was good. The timing was good. What happened is that they didn't go on trades because Scream was playing in an off angle that wasn't tradable. So he gets 1 and then he buys time for the rotation. And then the rotational players actually have enough impact. It was pretty well played by both teams.
Handily done. First kill for Solkis on the board. Everybody's here to play now, so to speak.
Up on attack with the finger top. I mean, he dropped it. He was playing with the operator on attack in the previous round, but since he got no value, they swapped the guns and then he rushed in on side with the actual rifle. That's what you expect from a Jett player.
A very scrappy situation because Gambit are going to be buying up fully. They're going to be investing everything they've got. Chronicle can play with his tour de force as well. But Team Liquid, they're not as healthy with Navera having to have a Spectre, but you know, at the end of the day, he's got his Viper's Pit to play with, and someone like...
So this smoke is landing on site here in this spot. Nivera did a very odd Viper wall. I don't understand it apart from... Okay, so the only reason why you want to do this is if you want to push this. Because it cuts off this. This is not a good retake. This is like a... All of this is actually more helpful for the attackers than the defenders. What will Nivera do with this?
It's not the end of the world.
I don't get it. If he wants to ult here, why does he want to play the wall?
Whichever team loses this round falls behind because they're
where did he use the... Wait, what? Does he have his orb? He does. Where does he use it?
He's got his Viper's Pit to play with, and someone like Link on a Guardian, it's not the end of the world.
I can't see where Nivera used his Viper's orb.
At the end of the day, he's got his Viper's Pit to play with.
He sold it! No, wait, he didn't.
Nivera having to have a Spectre, but, you know, at the end of the day, he's got his Viper's Pit to play with.
He used it now.
And someone like Link on a Guardian, it's not the end of the world.
I really don't know. I really don't know where he uses Viper's orb. But the thing is, this wall, when you activate the ult, the only reason why he, like... Okay, let me explain this. It hasn't landed yet, but he was using his ultimate, so I don't know, we'll see. The only reason why you want to use this wall is this here, because this is already doubled down with his ultimate, so it doesn't matter. So only this and this is impactful. So the only reason for him to do that is if he wants to go back into backside and play with, be safe from an actual push from mid, but you would be more impactful if you throw an orb here, right? And save your wall for retake. And if you really want to be safe, you can still use the orb in this spot here, have the same outcome, and save the wall for potential more impact. I need to see where the orb is, in which spot. It is inside of the ult, bro. Nah, dude.
Very funny seeing Depot buy up an operator and then have to sell it. because
Nah,
Protocol's
dude.
like, well, you know, I have to use mine.
Nah, dude. Nah, dude. That's
Sorry,
not
no
it.
operator for
No,
you.
so the only reason why you put the ult orb sorry, the Viper orb in the ult is if you want to play pop flashes against pop flashes. So you sit in the Viper orb, and if the flash comes in front of you, you can peek and not be fully flashed. But it's like that's unrealistic because you need to exactly have one spot where that flash is in. Then you need to make noise by over peeking. You peek into fully unknown when you're dude.
Protocol's like, well, you know, I have to use mine. So no, bud. Sorry, no operator for you.
The smoke from Nats is here. This is the smoke from Nats. That is such an overcommitment from Nivera when it comes to utility. It's really inefficient.
More reactive play coming out from Soulcast, but it means that they can't actually clear out that Viper's pit anymore. So Nivera can sit pretty, wait back, and although he still has some support available to him, that's so important because if he gets killed early, this round completely falls apart.
The operator of Yumpy, we talked about his early aggression, and there you go. The opening duel will be his, and it's Defo that's taken down.
I don't know,
Closer
man.
to his Blade Storm, but now out of the game. That won't really be mattering for now. Still though, Gambit have got that operator on cross.
Does the Viper ult deal more DK if the smokers there as well? No. No, it's literally there's only one DK effect. So if you have the smoke and the wall in the same place, the player only gets affected by one because there's only one DK effect.
Control over mid, right? It confirms what they already know. I don't feel like that's been too helpful for.
It's like the same with snake bites. If you're sitting in 2 snake bites, you only need to get 1 damage.
I guess it's just the time. Again, we're down to the 30.
And you don't get quadruple debuff, you know?
So now, knowing that they're still wrapped into mid, they haven't really got control elsewhere.
Maybe he cracked the code. No, dude, he didn't crack the code. Just look at this, man.
So now, knowing that they're still wrapped.
There's no code cracking when your Viper orb looks like this. And the wall is not even up. His smoke is up, but the wall is not up. So the wall is useless because there's one player from defenders on the backside. So why would you even put up this orb up? You really wants to play the pop flashes, like anti-pop flash. I don't know, man.
Link low, but he's still going to catch another. At least keeping this one a little bit more even, and they're probably not going to expect Nivera to be here because why would he be here? The pit's still up. You think he'd just be sat within it, waiting for you to push. Instead, he's taken that space elsewhere. The flash for Shados at least grants him some space, but the time is gone, and now they just need to survive.
Yep, carrying these weapons through becomes the primary objective, but as you can see, Team Liquid want to disrupt that as well. Solkis charging.
I saw you already have some moments of the channel, but I have no idea where to see them. I actually don't know as well, Matsi. They won the round, Nivera Viper main. They won the round because Chamber gets the first pick, but you know. I know what you mean.
Having to buy up and having your Jett so close to the blade.
Like this is round winning.
2 points away.
And also, why would you push on a site where there's a Viper's pitman? Why would you do that?
Saying it last round, if she found just a 1 kill, Defo would have been set up to have a buy here easy, but now has to invest that little bit extra. But it still allows them to sort of get a buy together with that saved rifle. And you've just got so much boosting your economy, I guess, on that attack side. Oh, that's an aggressive play by Scream.
2 flashes gone now. Unlucky.
It's not going to be played as a duelist. That looked like a duelist.
Dude, Defo has 35 HP. Woo! Shados has 1.
To me, this is so...
And they still get 2 kills because... Wait. That is so... Look at the Viper wall. I didn't realize. Look at the Viper wall.
And you've just got
Let's talk a little bit about it.
Boosting your economy, I guess, on that.
So what the Viper wall does here... You can play pop flashes through double doors. It covers the door. That's actually not good. This is actually not good to some degree. You cannot peek through holes, doors, until this wall is up. But if someone opens the doors, then you have huge paranoia because you don't know what's going on. I don't know, man. And the thing is, if they would cover this here, I would have liked it. But maybe it has enough space? I don't know. What if you stand here and you do the wall towards here, then it's actually really like it, because when you push through halls, you don't have to worry about bridge.
Yeah, who was saying that it's not going to be played as a duelist? That looked like a duelist to me. This is so...
Ah, he put the Viper Orb as well on... but it still doesn't change anything. Did Defo just spray the ground after getting a kill, man?
Saying that it's not going to be played as a duelist. That looked like a duelist to me. This is so aggressive.
Was my facepalm loud enough for the microphone to catch it?
Fight in from Gambit. They found the entries they needed, though. Trading things out effectively, and Yumpy's probably just questioning, like, how is everyone already dead? The round's only...
Spraying the ground after getting a kill is the worst habit that you can have. It's completely useless.
Been going for about...
And it didn't hurt him this time. But in general, you can lose rounds because of that shit.
30 seconds, but my whole team is gone. Oh, this angle is ratty from Chronicle.
Oh!
Door left open and...
He recalled that TP in the worst possible moment, man. That's unlucky, man.
In what? He's at an ace and a 4K in 6 rounds.
Yeah, that's pretty unbelievable. I mean, saving over that operator, it goes straight.
But what I have to say is that I had very big criticism towards Gambit in the previous tournaments because they had no clue how to do actual executes. The only way they were playing attack was to play defaulting for a round, for a minute, and if the opponents made a mistake, they capitalize on it. That was the biggest problem with Gambit. Their win condition was always defense side, because they were so shit at attacking if the opponents didn't int, you know? And now it seems like actually Gambit has a plan, which is very nice to see.
Of Defo, Gambit are situated very, very nicely indeed, and you say what you will about that previous round. I think
I love it when I hear spray mid round and exactly know that an enemy is near. I love that as well, man. But the thing is, in ranked, I'm like, I have to ask my teammates if they spray like a moron, so I know if it's not our teammates spray.
Morale's got to be sky high right now, and Team Liquid won the pistol. Remember, like. They had technically a pretty good look.
Can you break that around? It happened in 15 seconds. It's just Gambit pushed through double doors with good util by Viper and Sova from A main, because what A main was just Hunter's Fury. Because you look, what you do is you essentially do a crossfire without having to set up a crossfire, because the Hunter's Fury is a crossfire for people that are affected here when the double doors is being pushed and you take control of it. Like that's essentially the main thing that happened. And then the Viper Orb on here and here allows you to play like that, aggressive, you know, because you cut off angles that you don't have to worry about.
Neck and neck with Gambit having a lot of wind in their sails.
Yeah, luckily for Yumpy, also now has that economy boost. We can see the early Tiger, and it will at least spot the close players, so they're going to be forced back into the site.
Defensive ult. Just blindly.
And in fact, we actually had the Hunter's Fury pop through from Link, trying to catch them as they go forward.
Okay, then.
I don't think that connected onto anyone.
No, it's fired out. No targets.
That was very brave to do.
To be found by it on the other side. It looks like Seekers are going to go through on the A side, and there's a rotation coming in already from Team Liquid. They've read this play in.
Ooh. Snakebite combo with shock dart. Very nice.
Entirely the shock dart snakebite combo.
It's like, Mitchman, here's what I'm saying right now, although it's on tape.
Eliminates Shados on the way through the choke point. Nats, though, is able to at least recover something. The Viper's Pit going down to try and retrieve that spike, but
oh, Defo, don't peek. You can't peek now. You hold passive angle. Nice, very nice. The time is like, pro teams now, pro players know exactly the timing they have. So now Nats knows that he has time to plant it, and now Defo cannot die. Defo has to play the second like tempo, and Nats is like playing alone. Defo is playing alone, but Defo needs to play time to put the put chaos into the defender's heart, so they always have to play against that player even when he doesn't peek, while Nats tries to do everything to play in that Viper's pit, and he still has 2 snake bites.
Over to the site, but Nats has to hold strong. And they are rushing him down.
Oi, yeah, he's fucked.
Running it to try and take him out of this round, already dealt with. And as you can see, Defo...
Valiant effort. They actually wanted to play it correctly, but it's tough. It all falls down if they're able to kill Viper or not.
Soulcast having a big round in terms... Oh, sorry, Link having a big round in terms of denial. I'm not going to get used to seeing Link on Sova for at least a little while. Yeah. I see Sova and I'm like, Soulcast, but no, not in this case. But yeah, solid denial. I think also like the reason we saw that Hunter's Fury come through so early is just because of how explosive the previous round was. And if anything, he was half right. They did just then explode onto the site behind the Seekers. The pacing from Gambit is almost not Gambit-esque. I feel like this might be something that they've been working on. It's just these faster burst plays that I really don't feel like a Gambit round at all.
So we talked about though reinventing
again the same Viper wall.
Coming into the start of this season.
So Nats is using this exact wall the second time, but there's a reason for him to start it from here and not from here. To not cover this. Actually into the dusting. I don't know why.
You have to have a new look. You can't just be playing the same game you were 2 or 3 months ago. With a 4-3 scoreline, Team Liquid be situated back into this 2-1-2. And we saw earlier heavy rotates to that A site. This time though, much more aggressive Viper wall coming.
Call Nats on stream. I can message him on Twitter.
Before, right, when you have the shock dart snake bite comp, you're always going to have a tough time pushing out through that chokehold. And the fact that Team Liquid stacked up last round and managed to find so much damage with utility, I think they've sort of got Gambit in a spot where they're like...
You know what's funny? Look at this. I wonder if this is accidental or actual. I think it's actual. And this is big brain from Nivera. Look at the Viper wall and the chamber trap. It actually cuts off one angle.
You know what? I don't think Gambit are going to rush out A again. Play the round slower, 2-1-2 it, and they're content to play 0 info. They don't even have...
That is actually super smart. Okay, I'm going to copy that. Would you say Lotto Nats a better worse player than you? Oh yeah, he's definitely worse, man. I don't know why I'm not playing on Gambit instead of Nats, man.
Mid, and they're happy with that.
Yeah, well, I guess you say 0 info.
Did you ever get a chance to ask Nats about a retake wall on Icebergs that gave small space to plant? Yeah, he just said that he wants to make the opponents not certain exactly which spot he's playing with the wall from and what, you know?
Triple initiator kind of breaks that mold. Right. They have so much utility that we're just finding that information.
What's the point of that TL Viper wall? To aggress A main? No, it's not for aggression. It's for actually for everything. For defense, aggression, and everything else. Woohoo! Yeah, okay.
Viper's in a great spot.
Wait, what?
The remaining this time will be able to catch
it was 5v2. How was it suddenly... What?
Him and Scream have locked it down. The remaining 2 unable to get anywhere near this site.
It's 4v1.
The trades are in thick and fast from Liquid. It's left all onto Redguard with an operator.
10 seconds left. Okay, Viper's in a great spot.
Yeah, Nivera's gotta have him.
He gets this shot. He most likely wins the entire round. Because Liquid ends. And just peaks.
Oh, if he hit that shot, he could have won the round. That's
exactly, Mitch.
All right, well, 5-3. We've evened out. We've ended up back in reality. I don't think I could take another Gambit close.
Okay, Zyko.
It feels like every time that we've got guaranteed, oh yeah, this is how the round's gonna go.
Dude, honestly, as me as a Jett main stuck in Diamond 3, I'm at least 10 times better than Defon should be playing Gambit. 100%. I agree.
If Redguard had operator clutched versus them, I think I would have just been out. I'd be like, I'm living in some sort
It's a
of
new look.
ulterior universe that just has never happened before. One point I do want to make though, and this is in relation to the run we saw from Gambit at Champions. They were a defensive team on this. Has changed on the defense with this round. I'm telling you, no.
Well, this is on a map that you know that you chose. Hey,
Wait, what? Where's the mini map? Where's the mini map?
you definitely put your time in here. Although they've lost the
Wait, it's a low buy, and Scream peeks into a fucking chamber operator.
comfortable enough. Teams is on a map that you know that you chose. Hey, yeah, you're comfortable enough. You definitely put your time in here. Although they've lost the a lot of teams is on a map that you know that you chose. Hey, yeah, you're comfortable enough. You definitely put your time in here.
I don't know, man.
Although they've lost the star player, I suppose, of their team a lot of the time, although arguments could certainly be made. The return is in. Defo's down. The playing field evened up once again.
Yeah, and they're all rotating through the spawn. Liquid have done well in their retakes so far. They haven't really needed to overface. The one worry is still that the tour de force is available for Chronicle, so he can try and watch things on the cross if the players look to try and make their way back through. Also, this time they don't have the screen, because I believe that's been placed down on the other side of the map.
Snake by Basulkas already.
They had to use the ultimate from KO because it's 4v4. Even when the opponents have like worse utility, but they're pushed because Chronicle has the ultimate, so they shut that down. And that's it. That's the power of the KO ultimate here in this round. They cut off the operator.
But moving into the site still might not be easy if they don't clear shade.
Oof, I mean, he was exposed to 3 different angles, man.
He's gonna be able to get the jump.
Yumpy! Motherfucker, do you speak English, bruh? Why is no one aware of this guy here?
And completely ruin this retake for a moment.
Jesus!
Cracking it. But they managed to recover it. Just sheer numbers and
There's no way that Yumpy doesn't call this shit, right? There's no way that Yumpy doesn't call this, that he's box, 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 box,
they'll necessarily be happy with.
box, box, box.
It's a weird
Bro.
one, really, because in most cases when a single ultimate is used, you're like, oh, well, yeah, they probably shouldn't have lost too many players. When it's
No, it doesn't matter if he drones clears or not. Yumpy dies from that angle, so even when he dies, he should be calling the position that he died from.
sat there going like,
Because that's the only position he could have died from. Literally the only one. So
guess you can
even when the drone gets the mistake
that's the weird thing. With
and he gets this kill, this is the moment where Yumpy says, box, box, he's on the box. And then those 2 players here know where to look at.
Chamber Jett comp is that there can be
If he
rounds
gets
that
3 kills here, they might actually win the
don't
round.
even really consider ecos anymore because they have 2 incredibly powerful ults that basically count as a free weapon. So it's a weird one to be in. And now, well, buy back in for Gambit.
It's not necessarily about the strict damage that they should have received, right? It's just that this is the benefit of Gambit coming in with this comp, having your Jett, having your Chronicle, as you said.
Look at Nats. Look where Nats is. Look at the timing. Holy fuck. Wait, we have to take a look at the minimap. Look where Nat is and when he's doing that. The drone is destroyed, has absolutely no impact. I think it got destroyed by the dagger, or was it just destroyed by the gunfire? It was gunfire. Okay. So Nats gets info where the Viper is. He clears the close angle first. They know where the Sova is player because he's droning holes. And Nats gets the lurk. Look at this positioning. This is so beautiful, man. He knows exactly when to push. And he's not being tagged by the dagger right now. And he, oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. That is such a good awareness from Nats. And it's all because of that drone. That it doesn't even need to tag. It just gives a position for Nats on the player here. And he knows that this player will never push into his smoke, so he goes back here, which allows him to take the risk of checking this angle and then lurking into this position because he knows exactly where the Viper will stand. It's so good, man.
Yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of
It's
rounds.
so good, bro. Oh my... dude, I think I'll have to do this. Let me write this down because round 9... I think this is one of the best examples how impactful a lurker can be. I'll just write this down for myself. This is awesome. That is round what? Round 10. Round 10 Breeze, Nats, Lurk. That is absolutely awesome, man. Okay, I will break this down for like a pre-match on Gambit match on Friday, man.
Close out.
Oh,
This is such an awesome round, man.
Destroyed them, walked into A site, taking a double, the rest of the team joining him, and it's proving to be very easy indeed. Chronicles
Where did
mid
this
flank
come from?
has completely ruined them. And Gambit looked like a fresh-faced team on that one. Team Liquid had no time to even figure out what was going on.
You're going to watch part of the Gambit match? No, I'm casting. I'm driving to Berlin on Thursday. I'll be casting. I'll be on the analyst desk on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
There was a point where people use like a squid to predict football matches. It would like swim into the, or maybe it's not.
Which other runs have you written down? For like a breakdown on the analyst desk? This is the first one. Like that I really want to break down because it's so interesting.
Not really being able to get into the site, to winning a flawless round, and I don't really think anything changed. Just Nats walked into the site and then Chronicle did it a few seconds later. Like, it doesn't make sense.
This is going to be tough for Nevera.
Yeah, good luck, my friend.
He's revealed. He's Hunter's Fury. He's pushed.
Jesus, okay. I mean, 1 for 1. Could have been 0 for 1, but at least he gets 1 for 1. But it's still bad for defenders.
I don't know.
And he still plays this shit wall, man.
He shouldn't have gotten away with.
I don't know, man. This is one of the worst Viper setups I have ever seen in my life. I don't know, man.
That well played. And
I would understand if someone plays with the Viper wall, like if there are 2 players here standing behind the wall and they play like anti-pop flashes and shit, but this is not even a retake wall, man. What the fuck?
maybe a chance for Team Liquid if they can pick up another kill. In fact, with this plant going down, I see shock darts. Nats is
Yes.
already half HP.
Seshka, Kuka, and me are doing the analyst desk on Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Well, killing off that flanking player almost every single time. Nats, though, with the hold, has turned things back into a 3v3.
By the way, Yampi here slowed himself down
They've done very well.
by destroying this Seeker with the Chamber ultimate right here.
Killing off that
He slows himself down because it spawns the slow orb.
flanking player almost every single time.
Thank you, Xeon.
Though, with the hold, has turned things back into a 3v3 scenario. This battle means quite a lot, actually. Killing off leaves just the flank remaining. They may not know yet, but with that flash coming through from Scream, they're going to know that both players are currently coming in from behind. They've tried to clear out that back corner, successful onto one, but the trade from Shados is there once again, leaving it onto Scream, but he always seems to come through. Shados is there. They've tried to clear out that back corner, successful. Going to know that both players are currently coming in from behind. They've tried to clear out that back corner, successful onto one, but the trade from Shados is there once again, leaving it onto Scream, but he always seems to come through.
Two things. So it didn't spawn the slow orb on the Seeker, but that was never mentioned in the patch notes. And Scream just gets 2 1v1s instead of the double peak. When it wasn't even close to defuse. I don't know, kind of weird. But it didn't spawn the slow orb. And it wasn't in the patch notes. I will write to Raisu.
Onto the board for Liquid. Their retakes on this side of the map have been fantastic.
Well, that's something that I guess normally I would say you can't really count on, but it is Scream at the end of the day. 7 rounds acquired. Team Liquid do very well. I mean, That was a breaking point for the defensive side. If they lose that round, Gambit should easily be able to push up to 5, maybe 6. Why 6? Oh yeah, because it would have been 6-6. I confused myself. I was like, wait, 7-6? How could that happen? It's like, have I just gotten math that wrong? But yeah, they could have easily tied up at the halftime, and that puts Gambit in a spot where, you know, considering what we've already discussed about the defensive side, they're likely to close out the series. But now 5 being the max. We've seen Team Liquid bounce back. If they can win this round right now, I'm feeling a lot more confident about the next half. But Gambit have gone for a very aggressive strategy, and you can see that pace was...
Dude, Nivera plays again. Look, Nivera again has the same setup with the Viper Orb inside of his ult with the same really bad wall, bro.
Not expected.
Well, yeah,
What?
this is, I guess, the problem of not having such a dedicated mid hold is that sometimes a team can just run straight up mid. Most teams won't, but Gambit will.
Yeah, Gambit normally wouldn't as well, being that slow defaulty team. Good shot when that's falling. And
Ooh, dude, suddenly it's winnable.
3 versus 3. Team Liquid have just been granted a miracle. But the numbers don't stay for long. Look at this.
Never mind. Shadows just gets in, man.
This guy is a duelist. I might just take that all back. 7-5 at the halftime. Gambit's attack already clocked up a
Gambit pushed mid Nestle in like 18 seconds. Yeah, they changed the way they play attack. It's very, very nice to see.
Yeah, I feel like we almost sit roughly where we should.
Nivera dying to mid tunnel if only he had something to cover those angles, right?
Particularly good, and their defense was. Liquid always had was a lot really off.
If only.
To take some pretty incredible.
Retake wall by Nats on A. Viper wall on mid to push double doors. So this Viper wall here allows you to go into holes. So you have essentially this covered, and you have like this as well. So this Viper wall indicates to the defenders that the main push should be going through double doors and holes. That is like most likely what is going to happen. But it seems like Liquid goes towards B as a fake. So they use this Viper wall to fake stuff, right? Let's see.
It didn't work every single time, so I don't mind the composition.
Okay, but now it's fucked because they shot with 3 players. So this fake won't work.
Revealing area.
They go through mid because of the Viper Orb on Nest. So that's the second plan. If the fake doesn't work to go through here, they go through elbow because they cover the double doors peak and the nest so they can go into B tunnel. That's actually very convenient. That is actually very convenient. I really like that. That is a good setup by Liquid. I really like that setup. That is actually very cool. They get spotted by that Sky Dog tiger in the beginning of the round, which kind of pulled certainty into Gambit's game plan. But I do think this is a very good plan for pistol rounds because it allows you to do 2 plans. If you're not exposed, your opponents will have to anticipate this or anticipate this. And that is a huge like difficulty. No, not difficulty. That's a huge task for the defenders to work around that because you have to be aggressive either towards double doors or aggressive towards mid, and you can't do that without risking like a defender's life. So this is actually a very nice. This is a very, very, very nice setup. I'm gonna write this down because it's very interesting. Team Liquid round 13 pistol defense setup. Sorry, pistol attack setup. Very interesting. For a Liquid round, this can also showcase like how they play around.
Team Liquid are going to have a quick.
Oops. But you lose Viper wall on site, but it's not a problem when you gain so much space on mid.
Attack here in the pistol. In terms of splitting up through mid, they're already coming in.
And now they do the split for B. but Chamber TP's out. Okay. Okay. Okay, now Nivera is left alone.
Back over leaves just
Good timing on him.
Viper, who's now being
But it's out of fuel, so Nest... Okay, no, it's not out of fuel. But Nats just went through.
pincered in. Players pushing from behind. Shados gets blinded. Inside of mid, though, you still got quite a lot of resistance by now.
Okay, 3 versus 2, 3 versus 1.
Can't get over, and the fights from spawn go to Chronicle with the headhunter in hand.
I think it was a very nice plan from Liquid.
Going back into the side, and for Team Liquid, honestly, I feel like they got unlucky in a couple of those.
This is a very, very nice plan from Liquid, but the thing is that Shadows just literally cracks it in half when he uses the Skydog and then discovers 3 players.
This spawn spam where you're just basically just making sure they can't get any angle to try and get the spike.
I was doing the VOD review of Liquid Gambit on Icebox before this map. If you can rewatch it, like...
Lead diminished. Not going to be a massive investment in...
Oh shit, a sub.
I am Artavalst. Thank you much for the Prime. Welcome to the family. Could you introduce yourself to us? That would be absolutely amazing. Thank you much for the support, my broski.
Like, we have a tradition that whenever you sub for the first time, it would be awesome if you could introduce yourself to us, but you don't have to. And also, congrats on having no ads on the channel.
Well, you can see a lot more of a passive hold. I was going to say that, and then I've realized where Defo is.
Yes, I do have a VOD review channel. Just type in exclamation mark VOD review.
I think when we talked earlier on about Team Liquid about having Yumpy going aggressive, you certainly saw the limitations to what he could do at times. And I think in the position Defo's in right now, it was very much one of them. A spot Yumpy would love to play him before. Oh, Chronicle, a long-range weapon, takes it up close.
Beautiful timing on that shit as well.
Nasty stuff for the opening.
We saw him ace the previous second round. It looks like he wants to try and do it again. Only has 4 bullets left in the pistol.
I don't like this. He had a first great opening kill. And now he just overpeaks with no TP ready.
Like he almost deserved that with how aggressive he was being.
Oh, nice camera. Oh, it's a bug. I spoke with Xilv, I think. Shit, I can't remember. That there's a bug when you want to follow the projectile, it bugs out like this. And it just goes into like random place on the map. So you cannot follow the projectile anymore because it's bugged out.
Trying to clear a lot of these angles. That's one of the main weaknesses right now for Liquid alongside the weaponry is...
So 1 lurk towards halls. This will take a lot of time. And he doesn't even have an angle on the diffuser. That lurk from Yumpy is very fucking ambitious. To not say he's low-key griefing.
Holding off, having to take all these duels in the open. And on range, that's exactly kind of what you expect to happen. And Yumpy's not at a good time there. That's a comfortable enough follow-up for Gambit. Only losing Chronicle and, well, his weapons.
Look at it from where Defo got the kill on Soulcast. Soulcast didn't die though, right? Sorry, what am I saying? Never mind. Shadows on... wait, Soulcast? Where's Soulcast? He's out in the open, completely. And Defo... Oh yeah, right! Defo is on my... my favorite position. Yeah. Awesome. Defo is standing here. That's my favorite position to play from on Breeze. When I play Viper, like, just go here and just get a kill, like, almost every single time here.
What's the face?
Yeah, you're right, Siberian Worm.
Yeah, Yumpy's not at a good time there. That's a comfortable enough follow-up for Gambit. Only losing Chronicle and, well, his weapon's pretty much free.
Yeah, it's a few hundred. Depends on how many bullets he bought, but yeah, exactly. It really isn't that much of a detriment whatsoever.
Ooh, tomato soup.
In this round.
Let's go.
Stick with the pistol. I suppose there's not really much value in doing anything else, and that's the thing. It allows him to almost play in such an audacious way that, like, firstly he can use his rendezvous to get out, but you then also have the fact that if they kill him, he doesn't give them anything in response. So, it makes things...
You know what's very scary? What's very, very scary when you look at this? Look at the defense. They have a Marshall, which is 1-tap headshot. They have a Headhunter on Chronicle, and they have a Guardian on Redgar. This round is so terrifying to play against because those pro players can just one-tap you with 3 different guns on a bonus round, bro.
Him to play much more aggressively without the
There's only one thing better than a tomato soup. It's a tomato cream.
sort of risk.
You should be a coach. If I wouldn't have a career as a analyst and a streamer, I would probably try to be a coach.
He's not ready for that window peek.
Baxi! Yo, with the tier 1 for 3 months now. Welcome back, Baxi. How you doing? Thank you much for the ongoing support. New subscriber badge for you.
And yet still gets out of there alive. Very much the benefit of playing the Jett. Oh,
Ooh.
jumped over some of those bullets.
Have you cooked something for your wife? Nah, man, I don't cook. I'm shit at cooking.
That was a little bit common.
I can do pancakes.
A bit lucky to escape in the first place, and then Yumpy just denied it. Of course, this is a bonus round for Gambit. Sure,
I like a grilled cheese sandwich, my tomato soup. That's tier S.
Guardian for Redgar, which might
That's
be
what I... Fuck, dude!
an easy kill onto Yumpy there, and now they're going to try and clear some of these closer angles, but the information's been given over to the other side.
Redgar is enough of a problem by himself. And just
Oh, that shocked out, man. I'm lucky for Shadows.
Shock dart going straight down. I think a little bit of damage.
Jesus, this round is already great. This is already great for Gambit. Look, lost, armor gone, half buy. I mean, sorry, not half armor. It's already like won. There's so much economical damage done here, and they had a full bonus round. Full bonus round. This is such a huge advantage now.
Redgar still alive on backside, dodging all kinds of utility. And Chronicle picks up one in the end. Look, all things considered, this round is
To be, but yeah, decent round. I'm liking as well the trap placements from Chronicle, because you saw one of them come into play almost instantly. Like Shados is just waiting for that trap to pop, insta swings, and his opponent can't like try and shimmy out of the way or do anything about it. He just has to hit the instant shot, which easier said than done when you don't know where your opponent is. Ultimate gone.
All right, what's happening? Chambers playing for yellow, and first angle on cave. Trap on double door. Sova Jett control mid.
But there's
And
a-
Liquid just plays... I actually don't know what the plan is here. It's a very weird choice of... Because they play 2-2-1. So there's no attack going from main. And they have to wait to do pressure from middle halls.
problem is the financial position that
They
teams
didn't commit to the
find
Viper
those
wall.
3 players in the
And now
previous
the...
round. We almost have to take this one as a bit of a hit, other than Solcasu.
So the plan is to go through holes.
well, Yumpy's going to
That is the plan.
get some damage done with that operator in hand, but they're not going to commit.
I think
to
there's no
super
plan in
TA
this
style.
round.
Trying to capitalize on the control that Solkas has already got up through mid. That's where the operator's going to be joining him and looking to pick off a head or two. I expect this to be a pretty slow round from Liquid. I mean, really, this is where you just let Yumpy run wild and try to have his own round.
I think this is a Gambit round from Liquid.
Yeah, see if he can take things into his own hands. Doesn't have anything to help him escape at this point. It's definitely a little bit awkward, but nobody's really gonna go fighting.
Miracle that no one was there.
Yeah, we'll see the drone taken out, but he had to use one of his operator shots to do it, and now they're going to try and burst into this B site.
Good opening. Trouble, so many
I mean, that could have been tragic. If Shadows doesn't get the second one, they're fucked.
players coming around
But he
that
gets
corner.
2
He does
more,
well,
man.
triple before falling. Still, that operator.
How can you not like Pomidorova if you're Italian, man?
The tour de force in play, looking for a victim on the site, but you can see Gambit are conscious of it. Nobody wants to swing out wide and give those fights away. I say nobody. Chronicle does, because he's got an off of his own. The ultimate trading out Yumpy and leaving Scream in a bad situation. I think he might have just eaten that snake bite. And that's going to be a 9 for Gambit secured.
To get picked as a caster, do they have some way to know your game knowledge beforehand?
Considering the investment.
I mean, you need some pedigree.
The fact that
And the only way of starting a career as a caster is just start doing it, even when you do it for yourself on your own channel. So you have something to just showcase, you know? That's it.
Still gets 3 kills without really any trouble. I also like the small detail of you see the tiger looking to round the corner, and a teammate from spawn does actually peek just for a second to destroy the tiger and leave Defo in his little lurk spot on the site. It's just those micro details coming out from Gambit that, well, made sure that he wasn't just going to get pressured by someone.
Okay, so this is the same Viper attacking wall that we have seen in the pistol round.
This is why I'm scared of Chronicle on this agent.
Yeah.
But is there a nest
He's got such...
wall? And by the way, you guys should remember when I was always complaining about everyone copying this fucking shit wall, right? People are doing like, not exactly this. People were doing this wall like this. You guys remember that, right? I was always complaining about it, that it's such a shit wall. So this wall is less shit a little bit, because at least if someone plants behind here, in this spot, it acts like a retake wall. I still don't like it. But it's a little bit better now.
A good spot of vision. I don't think he could TP from where he was, but yeah, he's going to step right back on into it. Defo's holding control up above. They're about to face on in. Look how many...
The fact that Defo Chronicle just holds mid with Chamber just gives them so much info.
Down below on the ropes, one is spotted, but the others are ready to peek up above. Defo, he was absolutely in control, and his fallback is even being covered. He's just going to tuck in and wait for Chronicle to come in and assist. Although Chronicle goes down after the one.
My god, that was such a good timing by Soulcast.
4v3.
Yeah, I like that setup. They have to push through tube, but an escape plan is set. Sure, it didn't go exactly to plan, but it gives them a man advantage, and now they can get the heals back in onto Defo as well. That's definitely a worthwhile trade for Gambit, and a cool little idea to give them some space in the round. There's 40 seconds left mid, and they haven't left bottom mid. They're going to have to use their Seekers to just try and find out if anybody else is still aggressive from Gambit.
This is going to give an opportunity, actually, revealing Nats in towards the elbow, but he makes the right call, falling to the B site. The wall will go up a little bit late, and he's able to grant vision, and this is a massive problem. The Seeker doesn't quite reach. It's cancelled out at least, so they don't know that
oh, what a rat, man.
Back of the site just yet.
What a rat from Nats, man. This guy is unreal.
And now the spike is in Nat's
Good luck.
This round is done. Complete control for Gambit, 10-8. And
who do you think is the smartest player? Best overall player? I think one of the smartest player in the game right now is Nats. Minimap is on? Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's the worst thing about it. They suppressed him so that all of his utility dissipated, and it just proves that Nats doesn't need any of it.
Does Trainman get assists yet, or will it ever? I hope it will. I reported that to Raisu from Riot Devs.
Yeah, he has to be one of the most irritating players to play against in the entire world. Like, he is incredibly good at what he does. 10-8. I feel like Liquid are almost falling into the traps of Gambit every single time. Look at the way that Jesus. He's got a free kill. It's 2. Him and even hits the tap onto Soulcast as well. Nice shot from Yumpy, but doesn't garner anything from it. Okay, Nats is going to go back.
Yeah, gonna be finding one. You know, not often you see a sheriff kill from somebody playing as a chamber. Yumpy's already out of those bullets. Oh, not quite reaching all the way.
Toxins going up. Poison orb emitting.
Trademark is the trap from Chamber.
Not granting them that easy access to the A site. A lot of hope's going to be dwindling, but power in numbers is how they're going to default to. Oh, that's the spike down. Well handled by Chronicle. Yumpy's low HP, so shouldn't be too much of a threat. But he's Yumpy, so that's on me. I'll take that.
Never crouch against a sheriff.
He's still got 44 seconds to play with. There you go. Defo's there to close it out. But 11-8. And that's the thing, like, Gambit's defense at the moment is looking far more proactive than what we saw from Liquid. As said, like, Liquid were playing with this composition because they had so much information, whereas, well, the power of Jett and what's always been there is the fact that you can go fact-finding yourself, and Defo's just been pushing and prodding them throughout the entirety of this map. You've got Shados there as well to have those guiding lights to find.
You gotta think about the comps. You can rewatch the VOD review, my friend. I was talking extensively about it.
Doing this, which again,
Why do we never crouch against the sheriff? You don't want to be static against a weapon that is all about hitting one shot. So you don't want to be static against a Guardian, against a Deagle, against a Marshal, against an Operator, because if you're mobile and that player doesn't hit his first shot, he's fucked.
Can't see the round timelines, obviously, which is the one downside.
So you want to be mobile against characters like that in a 1v1. Okay, again the same setup from Liquid. The fact that they use it so extensively now, I don't like this. Because now Liquid is like, dude, we don't have the wall for like taking sides at all. By the way, the wall from Nats is so the reason why he does this wall is he wants to help Chronicle take this space here and also play around the nest if the opponents want to go from nest, because they use the Viper Orb here. And then when you retake from B tunnel, you can go through B tunnel without being exposed to those angles here, right? And fight this, this, and this without being fully exposed. And then if you go from CT, you don't have to worry about those. So you can fight this and this without being exposed to main and this angle. Oi, 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 oi.
He doesn't get the kill, but there was no way they were expecting him to just swing back out through that. That was pure panic on the other side. Defo wants to go back for more.
Chronicle gets a kill. Wait.
Through that. That was pure panic.
Look at the minimap. Chronicle just peeks.
On the other side, Defo wants
Just drops down, kills the player in B tunnel. Yumpy's in the orb. No one knows what's going on.
for more.
Like, Yumpy doesn't know about Sova, or maybe he does. Yeah, he does, because he was making noise. But now Yumpy is there. Can he TP out? But where is he looking at?
Defo wants to go back for more. He is not done fighting. There's already been a trade back and forth.
What? I mean, he knows about Chronicle jumping down because he killed Nivera, right?
With one kill coming in and Scream able to make it a little bit better, but they still haven't cleared Shadow.
Woohoo!
And that was the most awkward fight I think I've ever seen. Another round on the board for Gambit. You wanted to know the timeline. I believe that's now 5 in a row. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Ooh, look at this. Okay, we got a fancy other one. Thank you very much, production.
27 and 12.
And look at this.
27 and 12.
Ace. Look, Hope has got to be a hard.
Oh, wow. Look at the buy from Liquid. It's so shit, man.
But that's what I said before. Like last time we saw them play against Ascend in that grand final.
Do you think Chronicle's the best player in the world? I don't think there's a single best player in the world, but I think that players are just exceptional. And Chronicle is definitely one of them.
This side of the map, Shados still lurking
Okay, GG.
within. Did he peek out of that, or did
He gets... Redgar gets like 300 damage with the Hunter's Fury.
he just headshot him straight through?
Oh wait, but Sulkas and Scream get kills.
The screen. There's
Okay.
been trades back.
Never mind then.
Fury trying to clear out those back lines, and well, I was about to say looking like an afterplant, but every couple of seconds,
Ooh!
swing from Gambit
Sulkas
takes
peeks
off
into.
another scout.
He has to plant. Oh, there's no way they're gonna win this. 3 versus 2.
Liquid again having some promise in the early round, but things start to switch in the.
This would be a good idea to push now when the plant starts, but they were not together. Like Sova and Jett probably should have pushed together right now, the moment where the plant was starting to happen. Chronicle holds the angle, right? Chronicle, when the plant starts happening here, if I would be the IGL here, I would definitely call Chronicle to just hold the angle here, right? And then those two players from double doors, they swing and go into this direction to be in this spot. Right? So this player secures the area for those two players to take the space here. Like, you know, this guy holds here, so he just stands. He doesn't move. And those two players, they move towards here because they have the support from this player. And then when those two players can swing and kill this player or just get a trade, this player can go to them or reposition in this position and hold main.
If they can bring it back. Sulcus and Link, shock darts to play with for Link. But
now it's a little bit awkward because, look, so I don't like this. The way they played like disregarding this one player. They played like it's a 2v1 in this situation. It's cool because they still get it, right? But they didn't play with the third player. But it still works because it's, you know, 2v1.
Those ultimates that